Before we even do anything, I want to give a shout out to YMS Noms for knowing what I was talking about with that horrible accent. But ladies and gentlemen, as you can see in the top right corner of the map, it is currently 1-3 in the favor of Axiom. Mouz Sports definitely in a bit of a rough spot to say the least. But I'm Rifkin, joined by Doom, and in this best of 9, it's nothing close to over just yet. And spotted here in the lower left corner of the map, the most recent player for Mouz Sports. It is the Blue Zerg, Vortix.
And his opponent currently on a hot streak. He's on fire, 3 in a row. Only up for his team. Axiom Esports in the red trunks, lower right-hand corner of the map. Protoss player, Alicia.
Yeah, there's like achievements for that sort of stuff, man. Like hot streak and stuff. You know, get 3 wins in a row, all that good stuff. Alicia's certainly earning them here. It's a good day to be Alicia so far. Of course, putting Axiom in this really good spot, but let's not forget, even if Vortix knocks him out, there's a lot of powerhouses behind each of these players still to come. The downside is, if Vortix goes out, that really puts a lot of pressure on Mouz. And again, for those who missed the day, we'll give a quick recap real quick. Basically, if Mouz wins today, it seats them in the playoffs comfortably, and they'll be okay. If they don't win today, they have to cross their fingers and hope Axiom loses really badly to Team Liquid for their chance to stay in the playoffs. They are currently ranked, I believe, number 3 in the standings, but can very easily get knocked out of that today.
Yeah, and it also puts you in a tough spot if Alicia wins this match, because then you say, we sent out 4 players who couldn't beat Alicia. Now what do we do? Is someone feeling extra confident today after their last game? No, because Alicia's been crushing everyone's face. So this is a tough spot to be in for Mouz, and a lot of pressure on top of Vortix's shoulders right now.
We'll get the 1 gas out of Alicia, so we'll probably see that quicker gateway, or not gateway, the quicker expansion. Zealot's going to come out here first. He didn't cancel it the first time. I don't think he'll do it again.
Let's see. Maybe he just really doesn't like those plates and just wants to attack them as soon as humanly possible. It's pretty safe. I mean, it's going to let it go.
Yep,
and another Zealot. Ooh.
You know, I kind of like this, though. By not going for anything, like, you could rely on the Mothership Core to hold off early lane aggression, but if you've got 2 Zealots of your own, you can then send that across the map and possibly even snipe off a Queen. You put a Time Warp down, the Zealots will catch it, no problem.
Yeah, it's a curious strategy here, because Alicia doesn't go for that early scout. He doesn't go for the hatchery block. You know, he doesn't divert his micro into that in the early stages here, and he just says, "Hey, I'll take the 100 hit point hit, or I take the 100 mineral hit in order to get a unit on the field. It's going to help me defend in the event you're going for something crazy that, you know, I would have lost those minerals in the probe moving across the map either way." So it's a unique trade-off here that he's going for, and it's going to allow him to get that Nexus down, you know, relatively early here, but. The response from Vortix, we still don't really know what he's going to do. The Overlord did see everything go down the main base, so he's in the know in that regard, but this early link speed, wouldn't be shocked to see him get pretty aggressive to try to clash up against the wall off that's eventually going to be coming here for Alicia.
Well, it's also really nice to have links in the field. Newkirk, of course, no longer has those watchtowers, so a little bit harder to keep an eye on everything that's going on, and at the very least for now, keeping tabs on the probe, make sure there's no pylons coming down. Taking a rather quick 3rd base is Vortix, and Alicia's
First blood.
gonna get first blood.
Eventually, right? Or did he get it?
Well, he got it.
Okay.
He popped off a ling. But anyways, gonna kill us out of the ling, chasing the probe. We'll save it. Come on, dude. Get your first blood together.
I was so mesmerized by the Zergling chasing the probe, you know.
I know, it's so. I love watching it. Like, you just kind of put the Control Shift F, you follow it, and. Yeah, Link's still poking across. Mothership, of course, is going to catch a couple of these guys running underneath. Doesn't quite kill it, but this probe is looking for a way to sneak in a pylon. However, Vortix is on top of this. He just barely misscouts it, actually. Oh no, he's got to come back and find this pylon going down here to the south. It's just barely out of vision of the Overlord. Oh no, and he sees it. All right.
So this is the same exact build that Alicia used against Hope in the first game. So definitely going with the if it's not broken, don't fix it strategy. Gonna have a Zergling in place to deflect against these lings, so any Vortix hopes there to try to get in and see what's going on is gonna be deflected. And this Zealot's gonna make his presence known at the 3rd base over here for Vortix. It's gonna force a lot of units out.
Yeah, let's not forget that pylon down the south. If Vortix diverts all of his attention up here, he'll warp in and go towards the natural, but pylon aggressively being placed down in.
Sure.
Alicia's gonna.
Such mind games.
Yeah, it goes down immediately, but Zealot's going to fall as well. Gets a couple links on the way out, but this Mothership Core's got no queen to oppose it. It's going to poke at this hatchery for quite some time and at least soften it up for a future hit. That pylon, Alicia knows, or sorry, Vortix knows Alicia put the pylon down here, is now coming to clean it up, and we have a Warp Prism coming out next to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was gonna be a got a couple drones at the third. I was gonna say that was good mind games, but I forgot that Vortix did scout that pylon. So even with this Overlord placement here, it is gonna see the fact that the War Prism is gonna move into the main base, and immediately Vortix reacts by moving all of his units up to the top.
Yeah, his Link Force's presence is nice. Anything that comes out of this, even if it's Zealots, which it is for Zealots, not gonna be a problem as he deals with them as they come out one at a time. However, the capabilities of warping in more, this is gonna be annoying.
Kills on the most support on the north here, but here we go, dropping right in the middle lines of Vortix.
Picks up immediately though.
Fight against this.
Yeah, that Mothership Corp to 6 kills now has gone left uncontested for quite some time, doing a lot more damage than it really should be able to.
Seriously. All right. Well, back at home here, it does appear as though Alicia is going to continue to add on gateways, so favoring that gateway-heavy infrastructure. Mortals coming in as well. Really wouldn't be shocked to see him go for a 2-base, just push all in perhaps even off of this, especially if the gateway or War Prism pressure doesn't work, because he's made this investment and Vortix has completely shut it down up to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of that go-to build. It's a safe build early on because nobody is typically has Hydros out quick enough to deal with this effectively. So it's kind of a joke at this point. People always say like, oh, just go for the Century Immortal all and you win versus Zerg. But it's not so much the case that you go to it because you're expecting for a free win, but because it just blanketly is good against anything early on. Force fields plus those Immortals, these Roaches don't stand a chance, and Hydros are not going to be on the field anytime soon.
I like Vortix's response too. He knows the third base hasn't been taken to the north here, and as a result, he's keeping his drone count very low, only on 55 at this point. Continue to add on nothing but units. So as the push is going to be inevitably coming, he will have enough units already produced to deflect against it, and then his reinforcements will be even greater to clean up things from there.
And we got 2,000 viewers on stream, guys. 2K hype. Welcome to Base Trade TV. Thank you guys for being here. Really. But okay, big warp in from that Warp Prism. He might not have a pylon, but he's got enough Zealots to really push into this. And just like that game earlier, you don't need a lot of Force Fields if you've got a lot of Zealots. They'll act as Force Fields, and they'll do a lot of damage while they do it.
The Roach numbers are pretty high, and the spread is really good from Vortix. Additionally, he's going to have additional movement speed from these Overlords that are drop creep. Warp Prism going to kind of try to fake out over here. And the positioning, I don't know if this is the most optimal place for Alicia to be in, Rifkin.
Yeah, wrapping in from behind. The Force Fields get absolutely nothing. And Vortix recognizing this just backs off. He just disengages.
Great control. And great patience here from Vortix, saying, okay, they're not going to take that fight, going to force those force fields out and get out, get in, get out, kind of like Muhammad Ali at this point.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yep. But for Alicia, it's like, I'm going to travel.
But look at this. Vortix is buying so much time with this. Alicia playing Ring Around the Rosie, trying to chase these Roaches a little bit foolishly, in my opinion, giving all the time in the world for Vortix to get more units out, get more Roaches, get more Zerglings, get what is absolutely necessary.
And here's the flank coming through from 2 angles. Alicia kind of caught into a corner here, going to try to get away from those Roaches to the south. He's doing a good job actually getting away from them, but one Immortal is going to be trying to be focused down and is going to fall.
And there's still not many Force Fields left behind. There's so many were baited out early. It's mostly Zealots at this point, and once he clears out the Immortals, he can start kiting the Zealots as we see here towards the south. Meanwhile, on the north, that Immortals trying to get folks down, but the Roaches, Vortix somehow controlling 2 fronts at the same time, is going to just outmaneuver Alicia in this regard. Last Immortal's going to go down. The Mothership Core obviously cannot recall, so all the units on this half of the map are going to die. However, another big warp in from Alicia comes in. There's still Roaches funneling from that third, though, Doom, and I think Vortix should clean this up.
I think he's got it. 16 more Roaches should be joining in with this army that's already cleaned up everything that Alicia has here. GG comes out, and Vortix puts Mouz Sports back on the map. 2-3.
Well played by Vortix in every regard that game, but I gotta just... Alicia, man. League of Legends, Dota, they all teach you, don't chase, don't chase! And he absolutely fell prey to that. But, oh man, we actually got some really cool art while the game was going on, by the way. Someone linked it to me and I just took a look at it real quick. We're gonna put it on stream because I think it looks fantastic. I mean, it's just a battlecruiser thing with some text, nothing too crazy special, but I think it looks awesome. So, the guy who made this, his name is, let me pull it up here. You can just take a look at this real quick before we go to ads. Mr. G Almighty. Man, this looks pretty sick. I'm gonna put this on our Facebook page too. I want to thank you for that because it looks really cool. Of course, Doom, you'll get to see this in a little bit, but let's get that out of there for now. Guys, we are going to take some time to run some more ads. Squeeze those in before the next match comes up. I'd love to hear... Well, actually, no, because of the delay, that's not really going to work. We'll let you know who's going to be coming up next for Axiom. I'll be back in a moment. Here, I'll link you to him on Skype.